What's up, guys? This is Bull by the Fell-Handed. Today we have some awesome guest footage from Papito and Omao. We are on Lakeville Standard Battle. The Greens have taken the southern spawn and the Reds the northern spawn. We are in the Soviet T-44. Very, very awesome tank if used properly. And you know what? It gets used properly. Moving on. We are immediately rolling down the 4 line here. Now, granted, of course, we're not going to go crazy. We're not going to pull out here all the way. However, we are going to get in a position where if we spot anyone, we can go ahead and get rounds on target. Now, let me tell you, this footage has some slick gun work. It has some quick decision making, so make sure to stay tuned. Watch every single bit of this because we could all learn something. Now, moving on, as you can see, we've got a lot of guys kind of posted up here, as well as one of the heaviest, toughest tanks in the game to our right. So, guys, if you are in those heavy tanks, just make sure you don't camp at the back, but you get up into it. Now, we are detected right away. We are trying to get out of here. We got a little block from a Jag Tiger, no big deal. So now we're just kind of posted up here. The issue is with this particular area is there's just a lot of guys trying to kind of horn in on our damage formula. You know what, that's never a good thing, but in this case there's little we can do about it. Now, guys, a lot of times you're going to see tank destroyers posted up right around, you know, say H3, pretty much about 50 to 75 meters to our 6 o'clock position that's dead behind us. And the reason they do that is that way they can put support fire on the city as well as the right flank and coming down the 1-2 line. And, you know, we're kind of in that position as well. This is a very, very popular spot for a lot of medium/tank destroying tanks. And the reason is just because it's so functional. Now, granted, of course, you know, can the T-44 get up in the grind? Yes. But in this case, we're kind of staying here just in case, you know, perhaps the cap falls. We can fall back and respond to that situation. We're getting some very, very good shots towards the center of the city right there at E9. And, you know, we're doing some work. Now, granted, of course, at this point, it is a perfect situation for us because we do not have to risk any of our health to inflict damage on the enemy. So, you know, I am a huge fan of support fire. But granted, that being said, there's a time and a place for everything. In this particular area is now the time for support fire. The downside is what little forces we had in the town kind of crumbled. Now, granted, you know, this isn't, say, a year and a half ago in World of Tanks where, you know, the entire team would push the city. Everybody's kind of learned that, you know, you could just set back on the corners there right outside the cap and kind of annihilate the guys pushing the city. Now, if you will cast your eyes on the 1-2 line, as you can see, the Reds are massing for an attack. We sense that, and we're starting to move up a little bit, get a little bit braver. You know, ideally, what would happen if we started to get some heat on the cap? We would either run down the 3 line, 12 o'clock to our hold position, or we would kind of fall back, defend the 1-2 line and the cap. And it looks like the more we watch the game, they're starting to push harder and harder, and which is a good thing because if they had a lot of forces already in the city, not only would they have annihilated the little bit of resistance we had there, but at the same time, we would be receiving shots from that area. And you know, guys, there's only so far you can kind of get out, you know, from the fire from your flank of the city. And that being said, we were getting trolled a little bit there by the Jag Tiger. Okay, guys, what we're doing right now, we're going to kind of pull out here, see if we can't put a shot into the Jag Tiger, see if possibly we can play a track move. We just took a round in the left side of the vehicle from an IS-3. We're pulling back down. We do not have any eyes on the IS-3. We are not familiar with where his position is. We decide that since we already have those 2 gentlemen pushing the 3 line and we have someone out there in Overwatch, we're going to go ahead and defend the cap, which is a very, very smart move. We have a almost full health, super heavy tank over here, just giving an enormous amount of trouble to this gentleman. We're going to come over here and see if we can't help him out. We try to go for the tracks there. He's being covered by the rocks a little bit. But you know what? We still put one into him. And right here, his death was riding on that shell, but we didn't quite get to it because that gentleman took him out, and that is fine. We have another Yag over here. He's very poked in, kind of, you know, defending himself very, very well. we put a round in TVP as he kind of zoomed up. So right now, you know, we're still playing very cautious. This gentleman on our 12 o'clock, guys, you do not want to do what he is doing right now. He's kind of going in there depending on his blistering DPM. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, it's going to go bad. So we're going to pull out right here, put another round into the TVP. And we're doing very, very well. We're conserving our health excellently. And, you know, we're making things happen. We'll put a round into the side of the YAG there. Very, very slick gun work. And at the same time you're doing this, guys, you have to be very cautious. Now, at this point, we kind of get a little bit of ahead of ourselves because we kind of thought the Allies were going to rush in with us, of which they did not do. This KV does not seem to care at all. We are right on top of him. Now, at this point, when the YAG destroys the guy who was fighting, we realize, you know what? This YAG may still be a threat. The KV puts a round into the side of our turret, and we go ahead and finish off the YAG. We have just enough speed and just enough fleet of foot we can get out of the gun of the KV here. He puts one in us, and you know, we're at the point now where we are definitely a one-shot, but that's fine. We're going to put one right in his side and send him back to the garage post-haste. There's one gentleman left somewhere on the map. Actually, never mind, he is lit up right now at A8. They're going to go ahead and finish him off. And that's going to go ahead and end the game for us. We had a very, very good game. And, you know, we made some good money at the same time. It's always important to make that silver. You know, you need to purchase upgrades, new tanks, what have you. Supplies, very, very important. 45,000, 3235 damage. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video from Papito and Normal. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Check out Bullby the Fell-Handed on Facebook for any kind of interesting things that I may decide to post on there. And make sure to check the description box below. We'll see you guys next time.